Okay, you are welcome again to AXE 409. This is the last video for this course. We'll be running through Unit 8 down to Unit 11 of this course. I hope you've learned some things about being a community professional, an extension professional, social engineer, and ethics, and all things you need to put in place. As we conclude, you need to begin to think about your own personal style and your own way as a professional. So we continue as we take in unit 8 and 9 together, talking about management information systems. If you look at your course details, management information systems, as the name is talking about a system that manages information in an organization. In this context, extension organization. MIS is not just for an organization, but of course it's managed by an organization. But it may be for, farmers, could be for weather, could be for anything in other fields. But in this context, we're talking about you being a manager in an extension organization and then information management in that system. We're in the information age, and a lot of data is running every day, taking records, monitoring, things have been, stored daily, prices of crops, of food, of things, daily, monthly, yearly, ages of farmers, socioeconomic characteristics, programs, projects, opinions, attitude, and preference for many things. All kind of data which we use in agricultural extension to evaluate things, programs, and other things. So it is important you be familiar with information systems management in a time like this where computer-based technology is the in thing. First it was always paper, but now we have gone paperless. Not totally, but there's a big transition. I mean, a lot of things happening off documents, physical documents. So it's important as a manager you're able to be efficient in this area, stay current with modern technology to know the trends and the organization so that you be able to navigate and coordinate properly. For example, the human resource management can use payroll software to record and manage all the wages and salary of all employees. It doesn't have to be paper record. They can hit such software, which is what is used now, calculates things quickly. And communication is another one. Communication at workplaces is over wireless network these days, telephone, internet, and emails, not physical. Record keeping is another one again. You know, records are being kept in the cloud, you know, and other things, not like server. So in the farming context, there are many available use of information source management system, MIS management information systems, for crop production, to track seasonal weathers, like I mentioned before, reports of crop yield, livestock, vaccinations, there are lots of technology in place. So you must be familiar with this web development, HTML, what are they, the modern age organization have websites where people can access all over the world. Extension organization can benefit from this, serve extension programs to people online, they can reach it, they can access it through mobile phones and their laptops and all. HTML is a language used to create web pages, it's called hypertext markup language, and that's what you have to be familiar with these things. Information management system is a modern thing where it's a global thing, you know, and to join the global this thing, you must be a movement. You have to be involved and be very competent in this area. It allows an organization to keep to the latest information, that gives others a window to what the organization is doing, growing the business, the organizational work business or something, through the internet is convenient for extension services provision, provides you can provide technical support to farmers at the moment they need it instantly through the internet. Saves time, saves money of sending one advisor to the field for many things, instead of going around. The farmers can just connect and get what they want, and the officer can be in the office. So this is the way extension has gone and is going and is getting better in this part. So these are the things, ethics and things you should know as a professional. Okay, okay, yeah, I've talked about that. And if it's a business, even business is needed too. For extension service, the more to give technical advice. Okay, so Unit 10 talks about working with management information system staff. Now, remember, we're looking at all management role, professional roles you can play in an extension organization. Now, this is beyond being a management information staff now, but working with management information system staff. No, that's coordinating the management information staff, those who are in charge of the MIS system. So there are lots of people using the internet to conduct business. There are lots of issue with the growing number of people, you know, using this. There are lots that people who need to manage this and someone to also manage them. People to manage them, because the truth is, there are issues around using people's information. It can be used for harm, it can be used for good. So there is need for coordination, for a guideline, and ensuring there is privacy, security, and protection of people's data, people's information. Data is people's information. It can be used to harm people, can be used to improve their lives. So the people that manage it is very important, very important. So this relates to moral principles, talking of ethical values. So different management departments are responsible for different management functions within an organization. But management has an ethical obligation to protect the information in which they work with and ensure that the software products are used in an ethical way. People can get farmers' information and sell it off to private people. Could give sensitive information of farmers' financial, stand to public, which can harm the farmers. You know, Imagine people knowing how much you earn and how you do your things. It can cause attacks and harm and all manner. So the more sensitive the information, the greater the need to implement security measures. So ethical issues, especially when it comes to financial matters, is very important. So financial management, we will need to ensure that the information system are secured against abuse by unauthorized persons and computer fraud. We see this a lot these days. Some organizations have their websites, being hacked and their information being accessed, and these hackers hold the organization to ransom because the organization is held back by not being able to perform the activities to the world which they do through their websites. So going online also comes with its own negative sides which needs to be watched out for. So as human resource management, there is need to ensure the privacy of people's records, you know, and that the people employed in that place are people who keep to the codes of conduct, the ethics that has to do with privacy of information. In fact, in some organizations, you must take a oath, you know, you must take a oath in the law court. If you do release someone's private information, then you pay for it by the law. So they include uses of the use of antivirus, malware protection software, use of passwords, protection software, securing the internet, the wireless connection, from unauthorized, access of people. That's why I see some organizations, they don't open their internet connection to the public. It's just within the organization. And even at that, to specific people, it's very important. So these are the things to take note. Okay, we'll go to unit 11. 11 talking about monitoring and evaluation. Well, it's important to know that what you're expecting from a particular program or intervention before you go ahead and do it. Before an organization implements it, you should know. You know, if you don't know what the targets are, you won't know what the progress has been. You won't know what has been done. In extension context, if you know the market needs of a specific crop yield, and you have involved farmers to achieve this, you will be able to monitor the farmers' progress to know if they're actually getting the yield or not. You know, you not force people beyond their limit because your expectation, and you will not acknowledge someone doing less as someone who has done well. It still backs to what we talked about, the baseline, and also you must monitoring is very important in extension evaluation. So, what of evaluation? Meaning and importance of evaluation. Evaluation is checking the effectiveness of the tools and methods that have been used in the program to bring about the change. This is different from monitoring. Monitoring, you are checking if the change has occurred to the standard to which is needed to the target. But in evaluation, you're evaluating the way in which that change came about, if those methods and tools were good enough, evaluating them is like they say, the end justifies the means. No, no, no. The end doesn't justify the means. If a wrong means was used to get to the end, it means it's not such a process we want to repeat. So we want to check the means of getting that end. So it gives basis for adjusting and improving the program the way it is being done. Oh yes, we got this result, but it could have been better if we did it like this, if it was done like this. So it helps extension agents to determine the degree to which they are accomplishing what they were set out to do, an opportunity to report about it, and to evaluate the program. Evaluation involves checking the effectiveness. You check the effectiveness of the tools, check it if it's working. And there are different models for extension program evaluation. We have the expert model. That is, it depends on expert making judgment on the strengths and limits of the program based on interviews, documents, analysis. These are done by academics. They go around and check. They're external persons to the program. They're not internal, and they check based on their own judgment as experts what should be for a program like this. That's expert model. Then we have the goal free model. It focus on external evaluators who also identify environmental and farming conditions and compare them to the needs identified by the extension program to what people experience as a result of the implementation. This is used to identify the needs of the program, whether it has been met, and then uses the information to make changes. Looks at external things, environmental, farming condition, and all those. Then also we have attainment of objectives model. This model assumes that program success depends on achieving the outcomes compared to original plans and the objectives. So it's more of achieving something, the outcome it achieves, compared to what was planned originally. Is there a difference, you know, between that? What's the progress that have been made in meeting these things? Then the management decision model, this allow managers to gather the information they need to make decision. Stakeholder participation is very important in this model because their decisions are influenced by evaluation. So one disadvantage of this model is the major stakeholder hold the most decision making power, and their decisions are given preference over others, whether it's good or not. That's one way. One negative thing about that, the top manager may not know the best at the time. So then the next is the naturalistic model. The model is valuable in making positive collaboration, changes when conflict resolution skills are combined with evaluation, because program stakeholders could bring about disagreements in some things and some problems. So this is a way of kind of bending between stakeholders and the outcomes, and then getting the best suggestions on the program. Then we have the experimental model. Is used to determine if the changes to program outcomes were caused by program input or other influences. When you do experiment, you check against normal conditions, and then you check what has been controlled for and what has not been controlled for. Is this based on the training or the thing that's done, or it has not? That evaluation does before and after, or trained and non-trained people, compares between those who went through the program and those that didn't go through the program, to see if the change in whatever measure we're looking for, maybe their income or their health, is as a result of them being a part of this particular program. Then finally, the participatory evaluation model, which relies on extensionists and farmers identify ongoing major situations that need to be changed, then critically reflect on how to manage it. This is the farmers are involved in this from the beginning of evaluation, from the beginning, and evaluation starts from the beginning, identifying it. The farmers are involved. That is the last one. Okay, what are the steps in designing extension evaluation? Well, you need to choose. You need to first choose an extension project activity. Oh, sorry about that. The items are not well numbered. First, you choose an extension project or activity. Find out more about the background of the target audience. Analyze the extension teaching methods. Draw up a plan. Determine the sample sizes and collect data. Arrange and edit the data collected and interpret the facts. And plan how you use these findings to improve the program or make decisions. This is basically a research process, because you are trying to find out something, you're trying to research, you're trying to evaluate a particular thing. So it just follows the normal research process where you choose the activity and then get to understand the target audience. Now, what was done by the extension, and okay, so what's the action plan or what to do and all that. So this is the way you go about it. Evaluation. And there are types of evaluation. We have evaluation of extension in the value chain. Can do evaluation of accountability in value in extension. Can do evaluation of human resources. We can do extension of evaluation of extension sustainability and ownership. These are different types of evaluation. When we talk of extension in value chain, such evaluation is looking at how adding value to people and product will make more of product and service to happen in the value chain and benefit the entire value chain. How training or new product or new variety of a product or new way to process a product brings gives value for either money or employment or greater income, all those things to farmers and others in the value chain. And evaluation accountability in this thing is talking about the progress of activities, to the public. They have to be accountable to the public. You want to tell the public that the government is not wasting their money, or this company that wastes their money, or this organization is doing well, is not wasting their money. So we have to receive feedback, complaints, ensure that the program are accountable to the stakeholders, which are the people. Information is being disseminated to the public. Then we have the evaluation of human resources, appraising the type of evaluation in terms of human resource management. Do we have the right employee? If they are entitled to a promotion or increase in remuneration for their efforts, are they performing well? Are they underperforming and all that? That's all that's about. Then finally, extension, sustainability and ownership. Mostly in donor funded intervention is where we have this, where sustainability is not really assured because donors come and go. they come donate for this intervention, maybe mosquito net in a community, and then after that they go. But after that, is it sustainable the way people are were say were kind of the malaria reduction rate, does it continue? Because the mosquito nets will wear out and the mosquitoes will become more resistant in a way. If they use some pesticide which is finished, there will always be this thing. So how sustainable? So evaluation of it. That is to evaluate the sustainability. And if the people take ownership of the project, not that as people go, the project is finished. That's mostly what we see here in Nigeria, where funding finishes. Well, in the extension generally, when funding ends, the program ends, the people are back to where they were some months, years later, because there was no ownership. They didn't own it and they were not able to continue that intervention. So these are the things you should know in evaluating projects and in, of course, doing it as a manager in extension. So I think this marks the end of our course for this semester on being a professional in extension, checking the ethics, being a social engineer, and being a top manager there in extension organization. I hope you've learned a lot. Please, on your group, you get your assignments, which you do personally, and be able to see yourself in the high of this to bring about a change in the community. And I hope that you have learned a lot. Please read through the materials and please read more, browse more. There are other extra further readings there for you. Take advantage of it. And I'll see you when you ask questions when we meet in group one. Okay.